Good morning to you all. I suppose you are all following the numerical problems whatever I am solving. It is part of revision classes as I have told you. Now let us continue to solve some more numerical problems on moving charges and magnetism. Okay. What is the magnitude of magnetic force per unit length on a wire carrying a current of 8 amperes and making an angle of 30 degree with the direction of the magnetic field of 0.15 Tesla. We have learned the concept of a current carrying conductor kept in a magnetic field. Current carrying conductor of certain length kept in a magnetic field experiences a force, a magnetic force, and that magnetic force is given by F is equal to IL B sin theta. Vector F is equal to IL cross B. So here just draw a simple diagram. This is a current carrying conductor having current I is equal to 8 amperes having certain length L. This is having certain length L, and this is placed with respect to a magnetic field. This is the magnetic field direction. You can say that this is the direction of magnetic field, and it makes an angle of 30 degree. Theta is equal to 30 degree with magnetic field. The current element IL makes an angle of the 30 degree with magnetic field. Then what is the magnitude of magnetic force? It experiences a magnetic force IL cross B. So we can use Fleming's left hand rule. If the central finger shows the direction of the current, the forefinger shows the direction of field, forefinger for field, then the thumb shows the direction of magnetic force, Lorentz force. So if you just stretch your fingers, IL cross B, you can see here, this is IL, this is B, so magnetic force is downwards. You can see the magnetic force acting on this will be downwards. So this is how one can find out the direction of force IL cross B using Fleming's left hand rule, right? Or even you can use Maxwell's right hand grip rule. Stretch your four fingers, all these four fingers of your hand, right hand, along the direction of IL, current element, and turn it towards magnetic field. And see the thumb. The thumb is pointing downwards. The thumb is pointing downwards. IL should be turned towards B. The thumb points downwards. This gives you the direction of magnetic force. We have F vector is equal to IL cross B. IL cross B. So here we have taken small l. You have to take small l here. L for length of the conductor. So IL is for current element, and B is the magnetic field. So this gives you IL B sin theta according to the definition of cross products into unit vector N. This unit vector N gives you direction of the force. The unit vector N, you can see here, it is along the direction of force, which is perpendicular to both current element vector as well as magnetic field vector. It is perpendicular to the plane containing IL vector and B vector. So that's how we find out using Fleming's left hand rule. But the question is asked to find out only magnetic force per unit length, magnitude of magnetic force per unit length. So you need not worry about the direction. Okay. Therefore, magnitude of force is equal to ILB sin theta. So here, length of the conductor is not given. So he has asked to find out only the force per unit length. Therefore, you take this length to the left hand side, it becomes F by L. Force per unit length is equal to IB sin theta. Here, the current I is given here, 8 amperes. Magnetic field B is equal to 0.15 Tesla. Theta is 30 degree. So it's a very simple problem. So directly substitute, we get current 8 into B 0.15 into sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. So it becomes 8 into 0.15 into 1 by 2. Right? 2 ones are 2 fours are. So it becomes 0.15 into 4. So 6 Newton per meter. 6 Newton per meter. This is how we get the result. 15 8s are 120, so it becomes 12. 12 divided by 2 becomes 6 Newton per meter. So this is how we get the result. Is not 6. 4 into 0.15. 4 into 0.15 becomes 0.6. 0.6 Newton per meter. Okay. So this is a simple problem. So we must first recall the equation, the law behind it. The current carrying conductor experiences a magnetic force, right? Then immediately we have to write the magnetic Lorentz force experienced by the current carrying conductor. Let us solve some more problems. Look at the second problem. A 3 centimeter wire carrying a current of 10 amperes is placed inside a solenoid perpendicular to its axis. Suppose this is a solenoid. In this, a 3 centimeter wire is kept inside the solenoid. Yes, this is 3 centimeter wire and it is kept perpendicular to its axis. This is the axis of the solenoid. You need not worry about what is the current flowing through the solenoid and all. It is already given. The magnetic field inside the solenoid is 0.27 Tesla. So the magnetic field is acting along the axis. It is uniform magnetic field inside the solenoid which acts along the axis when the current is passing through the number of turns of the solenoid. So this is the direction of magnetic field perpendicular to the current carrying wire of 3 centimeter length. The magnetic field is already given 0.27 Tesla and the current through this 3 centimeter wire, the current is given. It is 10 amperes. 10 amperes and length of the wire is 3 centimeter. So you are asked to find out what is the magnetic force on the wire. Very simple. Again we have to think that there is a current carrying wire of length 3 centimeter kept perpendicular to magnetic field. That's all. So magnetic Lorentz force is again given by ILB sin theta. Here it is kept perpendicular to magnetic field. So theta is equal to 90 degree. So B is given, current I is given, length is given. So one can directly solve this. Very simple. So therefore F becomes current 10 into length 3 centimeter. You should convert it into meter. 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter into magnetic field. Magnetic field is 0.27 Tesla into sin 90. So sin 90 is 1. Therefore 27 is 81. So you can just see here 8.1 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton. 2.7 into 3 becomes 8.1 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton. This is the force experienced by the current carrying conductor placed in the magnetic field. So again you can use Lemming's left hand rule. If central finger represents the direction of current flowing in the conductor, the forefinger represents the direction of magnetic field, the thumb represents the direction of Lorentz force. So the wire will be pushed in the perpendicular direction, perpendicular to plane of the pole, So like this you need to solve. If the question is asked, you are asked to find out what is the magnetic force. So this is the magnitude of magnetic force. What is the direction? Perpendicular to plane of the pole. In your case, it is perpendicular to plane of the paper, vertically outwards. Okay. Now let us see some more problems on this current flowing through parallel wires. When two current carrying conductors are kept parallel to each other, then what is the force exerted on them? Let us see. Magnetic force exerted on parallelly kept current carrying conductors. Okay, look at this interesting problem. There are two parallel straight wires A and B. A and B are two parallel straight wires carrying current 8 amperes and 5 amperes respectively. They are named as A and B. The current through conductor A is 8 amperes. The current through conductor B is 5 amperes. They are separated by a distance of 4 centimeter. The perpendicular distance of separation between them is 4 centimeter. What is the force on 10 centimeter section of wire A? What is the force on 10 centimeter section of wire A? Okay. Now we have learnt that whenever two parallel conductors carrying current are kept parallel to each other, they exert force. If the currents are in the same direction, there will be force of attraction. If the currents are in opposite direction, they repel each other. It is like currents in the same direction attract each other, currents in opposite direction repel each other. It is just reverse. Okay. Like currents attract each other, unlike currents repel each other. This is just reverse to the one. Like poles repel each other, unlike poles attract each other. Let us see how is that they are going to attract each other. By solving this problem and applying the magnetic Lorentz force on each other, we will be able to calculate the force and force per unit length, as well as we can also calculate the direction of forces, mutual attraction, or is it a mutual attractive force or mutual repulsive force. Let us see. First up, you are asked to find out what is the force on force on the conductor A due to the current flowing through conductor B. Okay. So first we have to calculate what is the magnetic field at this particular point, at the position of this conductor A, due to the current flowing through conductor B. I think you got the point. Assume that there is no conductor being placed here. Assume that there is nothing here. Only there is a single straight wire carrying current 5 ampere. What is the magnetic field due to this current 5 ampere flowing through the wire B at distance of 4 centimeter? We will calculate first. So magnetic field due to the current IB equal to 5 amperes flowing through conductor B at 4 centimeter distance. So magnetic field B, right? Magnetic field B due to current in B, due to current in B, magnetic field B due to current in B is equal to mu naught I upon 2R. Mu naught I, the I is nothing but IB by 2R, where R is the perpendicular distance. So to make it simple for our calculation, you have to multiply and divide by 2 pi. So that it becomes mu naught into 2 pi IB divided by 2 pi into 2, it becomes 4 pi. So 4 pi into R, so that I can take mu naught by 4 pi as 10 raised to minus 7 directly. So this is simple. Therefore it becomes 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere into 2 into pi 3.14 into the current 5 ampere divided by 2 into the perpendicular distance is 4 centimeter, that is R. There is no 2 here, 2 doesn't arise because this 2 is already multiplied with mu naught I upon 2R. Yes, there should be 2R is this. Okay, mu naught 2 pi IB upon 2R. Mu naught I upon 2R. Mu naught I upon 2R. Mu naught I upon 2R. Just will like to verify. See the equation once again. There is a correction. It is not mu naught 2R. It is the correct equation is mu naught IB upon 2 pi R. Mu naught I upon 2 pi R. Right? Mu naught I upon 2 pi R. You must have remembered how it is followed using the Ampere circuit law. Ampere circuit law. By applying Ampere circuit law, we can find out magnetic field due to a current carrying straight wire. Mu naught I upon 2 pi R. B to represent the conductor B. Then multiplying and dividing by 2. Multiplying and dividing by 2, we get mu naught upon 4 pi. So that becomes mu naught upon 4 pi into 2 I B divided by R. Yes. Now we can solve it very simple. 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere into 2 into the current 5 ampere whole divided by the perpendicular distance 4 centimeter. 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. 4 centimeter is equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So it becomes 2 ones are 2 twos are. Thus it becomes 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla. 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla. This is the magnetic field due to the current flowing through the conductor B, BB. Now we have followed the magnetic field, and magnetic field direction at this point can be found out by using right hand grip rule. Stretch your thumb along the direction of conductor and see the curling of fingers. The fingers are coming out of the plane of the board. So magnetic field here is represented by dots. So magnetic field is pointing perpendicular, vertically outwards. So this is magnetic field BB. So you can write here perpendicular to the plane of the board, pointing outwards. Perpendicular to the plane of the board, pointing outwards. Pointing outwards. Now we can find out what is the force on this conductor. Therefore, force experienced by the conductor A, you see, carrying current which is carrying current 8 amperes. IA equal to 8 amperes. So again we have to make use of Lorentz equation. F is equal to current through the conductor is IA and magnetic field acting here is BB, and the section of this conductor is given 10 cm. So I will write it as L. Yes, IALB sin theta, and here you can see magnetic field B is perpendicular to the current carrying conductor IA, right? So theta becomes 90 degree. Therefore, you can substitute the value of current 8 amperes into the section 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter is equal to 0.1 meter into magnetic field. Magnetic field we have just now calculated. At this point, 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 5. You can just see here. 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 5 into sine 90, because the angle between magnetic field and the current carrying conductor is 90 degree. Sine 90 is 1. Therefore, you can calculate 2.5 into 8. So it becomes 200. It is as good as 0.25. 0.25 into 8, it becomes 2. 0.25 into 4 is 1. 0.25 into 8 becomes 2. So it becomes 2 into 10 raised to minus 5 Newton. 2 into 10 raised to minus 5 Newton. That is acting on length of section 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter section of this. So you can notice that if you calculate the magnetic force due to the current flowing in conductor A on the current carrying conductor B, that force is also going to be same. That force is also going to be same. Okay, fine. Now this is the magnitude of force. When you are asked to find out the force is a vector quantity. Only one part you have found out, that is magnitude, but you have to mention the direction. What is the direction? Direction can be found out again using the Fleming's left hand rule. Stretch your first 3 fingers of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other, such that the forefinger to show the direction of magnetic field, forefinger, F-O-U-R, forefinger, that is index finger, F-O-R-E, not F-O-U-R, F-O-R-E, four finger, F-O-R-E, forefinger, index finger, to show the direction of field, that is magnetic field. You see the magnetic field is pointing towards you. And the central finger to show the direction of current. The current is vertically upwards. You see the direction of thumb. The thumb is pointing towards the conductor B. Therefore, the magnetic force, that is Lorentz force acting on this, is acting towards this one. So I can write it as force on A due to B. Force on A due to B is going to be towards B. So this you can write perpendicular to the conductor acting towards conductor B. In the same way, if you find out magnetic field due to current flowing through A at B, you see the current here is vertically upwards. See the thumb. The current in conductor A is vertically upwards, shown by thumb, and see the direction of the curling of the fingers. The curling of the fingers gives you direction of magnetic field. So the fingers are entering inwards. Due to this current of 8 amperes, the fingers are entering inwards. So the magnetic field is shown by cross. So one can find out that magnetic field due to current in A, BA, magnetic field BA can be found out. So this becomes BA, which is pointing vertically inwards. Again it is perpendicular and pointing vertically inwards. If it is pointing vertically inwards, then we can calculate the Lorentz force. Lorentz force, again if you calculate, it's going to be, again we can see using the Fleming's left hand rule. See here, the current is vertically upwards and the field is vertically inwards. See the central finger is vertically upwards, the field is vertically inwards, perpendicular to the plane of the board, and see the thumb is pointing towards this. So this gives you force. So force on B due to A. So there is a force of mutual attraction. So two parallel current carrying conductors attract each other when the direction is in the same, when the direction of current are in the same direction. That is parallel currents. If the currents are anti-parallel, then they repel each other. I think you got the point. Parallel currents attract each other. That is clear from here. Parallel currents attract each other. Anti-parallel currents repel each other. That is clear from this analysis. I am leaving it to you. Calculate BA, then calculate force FBA. Now if you substitute the common force now, I can write here whether it is FBA or FAB, they are going to be equal. Again one can see the Newton's third law, mutual equal and opposite forces, right? Mutually equal and opposite forces. FAB is equal to minus of FBA. So if you just substitute the value of BB here, you can see here it becomes IA, IB, because BB is, you can see here mu naught IB so force becomes mu naught times IB, IA, IB, IA into L. So L, if you take it here in the denominator, force per unit length. Force per unit length. This is how we get it. If theta is 90 degree, then we will get only, yes, theta is 90 degree, then we will get a mu naught Ia Ib upon 2 pi r. So this is how we get the result. Now in the next session we will discuss more of such problems, and if you have doubts, please ask me in the groups. Okay, you can place the numerical problems, we will solve it. Okay, thank you, have a nice day, bye.